Alright, I'm good.
Alright.
Alright, I know what you want to say.
What? I have plenty of things. I have so many things to say. What do you think I want to say?
Hat in time.
Oh, yeah, that's one of the things. I was going to do that after the Splatoon stuff.
The Splatoon stuff?
Yeah, the Splatoon stuff. You just
Okay.
had a Splatfest, and I
didn't play it, so
he
I don't care.
didn't play it. He said he was going to play it.
Yeah, but then I wanted to spend the weekend writing, so...
Well, now I'm down 3 hours of VOD entertainment, so
You
thanks.
don't watch any of my shit
Thanks,
anyway.
Gavin. That's not true. That's not true at all. I watched the Splatfest stuff. But yeah, and I mean, I retweeted the results, and you liked the tweet, so you already know who won.
That's the same one that always wins.
The least popular team. Japan also had their Splatfest. Guess what the results were?
That was a Pearl wins.
The least popular team. So, and this upcoming Splatfest is gonna be this Saturday, and who do you think is gonna win?
The least popular.
See, now that's what I'm betting on. I think it's a safe bet.
Hello, Novell.
Why is that dude going up there? Hey, Novell, you made it.
Yay.
All right, Tails. Way to go, Tails. Oh, this is bad for us.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh man, I could have survived that if there weren't chums around. Yeah, I gotta talk about this Splatfest now. Cause you know, like in Squid versus Octopus, we were granted a little bit of insight on what the fuck it meant. And
it was very clear what it meant.
And it's actually Squids versus Octopus and not, Inkling versus Octoling, like literally every single person on the planet thought.
I mean, it's basically the same.
And continued to think.
You've been family staying a month. I was wondering where you'd been.
Yeah.
Glad to see you're still what? You still busy, or are you gonna be free, or what?
Well, let's get out of here, dude. But yeah, so I read the banter for Fork versus Spoon, even though I hate reading anything regarding Off of the Hook, which is not the name. And you probably haven't seen it, right?
Nope.
Basically, it's like, all right, it's the Splatfest is Fork versus Spoon, and then it's basically just Pearl going like, oh yeah, Team Fork, like Forks are great, they have precision, which was my argument, and then Marina's like, Spoons have something, I forget what it was, and then Pearl's like, oh well, eat everything with a fork, and she's like, I eat cereal with a fork, I eat so
Pearl's just fucking stupid.
The whole thing was just Pearl saying, I eat X with a fork, I eat mayonnaise with a fork, stuff.
I'll eat you with a fork.
Stuff like that. So I feel like this creates the implication that this Splatfest is essentially, do you eat everything with a fork, or do you use a spoon for things that should be eaten with a spoon like cereal? Which isn't what I would think, but, the banter is making it unnecessarily confusing and stupid for the sake of...
I feel like you're taking a joke.
Terrible comedy, if you can even call it that.
You usually at school when we stream? Ah, that sucks. Maybe I'll stream like earlier in the day on weekends so you can like wake up at 5 a.m.
Yeah, school's coming back for the people in school.
This means I have to deal with screaming children on buses. That's
Woo!
great.
What about school buses?
I mean, schools that like need to like pay to have their own, and they only usually have those for students that like live some distance away from the school. Anyone who lives closer than that just has to make do with public transport.
Oh, that one random boy.
Both schools I went to before university were in like more or less walking distance of my house, so All good.
But yeah, I'm fucking pissed.
So hello, that one random boy.
I was gonna say I'm displeased by how they handled this, but no, I'm pissed now. Chris is fucking pissed, people.
What else is new?
It's just it's so stupid. Like, whatever happened to the simple stuff? We talked about this last time, but
Like, last time it was also actually pretty simple. You just, for some reason, you took it way too, you made it complex for yourself.
like the thing is, Marina literally said, if you're as adamant or gung ho for forks as Pearl is, then vote for Team Fork. That's the message I'm getting here. I'm not as adamant as Pearl, so do I choose Team Fork?
You're really, really making this more complex than it needs to be. It's literally just, do you like forks more than spoons? It almost works.
I missed. That was a whiff. Oh my god, this isn't good. Yeah, I hate specials. Don't backseat game me. We've literally played every Salmon Run for a year.
Yeah. And, you know, the main game besides.
No, not that one. Yeah, we already explained why, you know, it's easier in the main game. There's a meter that fills up and you feel like you're wasting meter if you don't use it, so there's more incentive to use it, whereas here you only have 2 left, so it gets too good to use syndrome. So then you just kind of forget it.
Too good to use syndrome here. It's literally just, can I use it right now? No. Alright then.
Well, that's my reasoning. Yeah, the next Splatfest is forks versus spoons. Gavin hasn't given his answer, but I say forks because it's just easier to eat with them. Spoons have too many foods where it's just kind of more annoying to get the last parts. So basically, fuck spoons.
By which she means I did give my answer, you just didn't like it.
It's not a real answer.
It is a real answer.
You said Marina. That's what you said. I asked forks and spoons, and you said Marina, and I'm like, it's not an option.
Because my real answer is I don't care.
Why would you fuck a spoon? Well... Yeah, see, now the real question is, because I preface this with the more popular team loses. And I only care about sea snails. Especially if Nintendo isn't going to take Splatfest seriously anymore anyway. So, what team for this abstractism Splatoon Splatfest
You just pick Pearl's team because she'll win.
is going to be least popular? That's right, gamers. It's right there. Because people are. I was looking in the lobby earlier, and you know, people are making posts about like, haha, eating mayonnaise with a fork, haha. So, do you think memers are gonna pick Pearl? How many memers are there? How many people are taking this?
It's not even the case of memers. Like, Pearl's won like basically every single one. Because I guess the general audience just likes her more because she's not black.
How many people are
go.
like Gavin? You know, we have to factor all these things in, or they don't actually think about these things and instead take the easy road out.
I wish you people would come and get these.
I wish someone with a gun would hold base at the basket because someone opened it at the basket. How are you gonna get back to the basket if someone ain't there? Holding it up.
Because I have a gun.
Then hold it up.
I'm guarding our giant stockpile of eggs that are now all gone. Because I moved and then they were immediately all still.
Oh, they're probably towards the basket. It's probably the basket, isn't it?
It's the basket one.
We got this. There we go, easy. Now for my severance pay. So yeah, really I'm just gonna spend the next few days trying to decide which one's gonna be least popular.
It's gonna be Marina.
So I can join that one. How is the Monster Hunter? I'm not very pleased with it myself. but I did give it a
Because
shot.
it's hard and he doesn't understand it.
It's
yet.
not hard. It's simple, I think. I don't know. I'm just kind of disappointed by how much little the weapons can do.
I don't know what weapons you're using because they all universally can do more than they could in
I
World.
think the only weapon I didn't try was the Palico, which seems like the most interesting. So that kind of sucks.
Like the Dual Blades has like 3 times the move set. The Longsword has like an additional set of moves.
There's Generations Ultimate, the demo.
Yep.
So I'm like, well,
Like the bow is just even like fucking nuttier, especially if the aerial style is just like you have much longer range, much more freeform shooting.
well, I can promise you that the Insect Glaive in World is nuttier than that. And the Insect Glaive in
Like-
Generations Ultimate makes me angry.
I think that's just the case of it, where like your favorite weapon isn't as good. here
No,
as
no,
the
but
World,
then
so
I
you're saying all of them are
tried. I
shit.
tried other weapons, and I said the
Yeah, and that's why
blades.
I'm saying that you can't really say that old World had more things when it, objectively did not.
I feel like the movesets are very shallow in this game, and then it you know, makes
Yeah,
up
like,
for it in
movesets
other
World
areas
were
that I'm
literally
less
just,
interested
you
in.
mash the shit out of the R button. Like these ones at least make you hit on R button first, half the time. Like I know, okay, there's not being fussed on it, and then they're saying things that just aren't true about it.
That's bullshit! Ah, one alive! Two of us are dead at the short wall.
I understand, that's over.
That's bullshit! How did that person not die? I was under... I know I was closer, but I was like under the ground. I was under the earth. Not even fair. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be like it's a Monster Hunter. It's an old Monster Hunter that looks not 3DS and uses an actual controller. So it has that going for it, which is why I was interested, like just to see what it was like. But I don't really think that I kind of want to risk spending the $60 and all the time to invest in it. I know that's why I don't think I am. That's my final verdict. But I gave it a shot. But Chris gave it a shot. Which is better than not.
One random boy, you're on Twitch.
Are you
Take a guess.
guys nerds? That reminds me of that one old ass YouTube video about nerds. No one's gonna know what that is.
Well, not with that vague a description.
It was like the video was literally called Nerds. And they were like doing a D&D, real life D&D recreation thing.
Is that the one where the guy's like, magic missile?
Yes! I think!
I remember
It's
that
like, I cast a spell!
Magic missile.
I think that's...
I need more mana.
I think that's it. Oh my god. Unbelievable.
I love that video.
Play something besides Salmon Run. We'll get there eventually. Eventually. I really just fucked my New Year's resolution.
Do not believe this man's
That kind of sucks. I was thinking like I'm taking care of Max's dog, so I'm gonna be stuck at his house because I'm not gonna want to drive anywhere. So like, oh, maybe I can record there because he's like, oh, yeah, you can stream. I'll have OBS set up for you and shit. But he's gonna be with I'm dog sitting, so there's gonna be a dog, so it might bark, and I really don't want dog barking. If there's anything that's like the worst thing for streams, I think it's dog barking, and you can't even blame the people because they can't control it. Like it's not your fault that your dog's barking, but it's still
There is indeed a fork and spoon in this level.
still annoying, right? Second most annoying thing, cats meowing. Hate it.
Like you aren't immediately spamming Tomo whenever that one of those cats meows.
Tomo, buddy.
That wants me dead, isn't it?
It did. Monster Hunter did make me not play Salmon Run, but I feel like it doesn't count. You know.
It's a baby step.
It didn't feel like it
towards your
counted.
rehabilitation.
After that, there was the Hat in Time announcement. So we weren't gonna play Salmon Run before that anyway, because I was gonna watch it.
Oh, is that why this is so late?
No, because it was at 1. This was so late because sleep was problematic last night.
Okay.
So
sleep was also problematic last night.
Everything was.
That's why I'm half dead right now.
Everything was pushed behind for me.
You're being recommended Fortnite streamers because that's what welcome to Twitch. Half of the site is Fortnite
Yeah.
streamers.
Hey, remember your favorite streamer? Fortnite streamer now. Maybe I should do Fortnite.
A spoon from Splatoon.
Yeah, everyone's posting that meme image where it's this it's the spoon part of the title Splatoon, and then saying this image is relevant now. I really wish that malls didn't do that.
Didn't spawn a big pillar of ink underneath.
No, I mean went for you when I was right by the basket and it was on the shore. I was like 100% certain it was gonna go for me. Oh no!
We need eggs in. We're not gonna get eggs in. We might have eggs in.
Oh, are you kidding me? No, you've got to be kidding me!
Yeah, fuck the team.
Splashdown hits the propellers. There we go. And that's what you get for using specials. I was like, well, I could probably kill these fish faster. And then just go the propeller. We would have made it if it didn't do that. God damn. It was all calculated, people. Yeah, did you see the Hat in Time announcement?
I saw it.
You did?
I mean, I saw the news about it. I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know there was a thing to watch. I just suddenly saw, like, Gematsu post about it. I'm like, oh, okay.
I was gonna say, color me surprised. I thought Gavin would just be like, fuck that game. But no, basically there's a new area. There's like a kind of, it feels Octo expansion-esque almost, where there are like a bunch of contracts that you need to do, and like, I imagine you go through old levels with like specific things, like, you know, don't get hit a certain amount of times, stuff like that. And then, you know, the bosses are harder, and also they're rainbow now for some reason. They showed that off, and it's like, you know, it's basically advertised as like this super hard mode. So I'm very interested in that. And the new chapter is on like a cruise run by seals, and there's like this big seal captain. And I don't know if I'm too enthused about that one.
Is that why it's called Seal the Deal?
Yeah, because seals and then deals. Because Snatcher's making a deal with you for the hard mode. It's a great title, honestly. Homestar, we did it! We sealed the deal! But yeah, it's like, it seems like the aesthetic is definitely interesting. I always love cruises, but like it was kind of described as like you're bringing food around and stuff for people, and I'm like, that doesn't seem very fun. But it's a Hat in Time dev, so we'll just have to see.
It's also that much screwed for Switch port.
Yeah, it was announced for Switch. When it was, I'm like, well, yeah, of course. But like, I completely forgot about how the Hat in Time devs were like getting death threats and shit, and they were like, it's not coming to Switch because you people are such heinous assholes. And then here it is. Yep. And then the people who did that now feel justified. But I mean, you know, it's like the Waluigi fans I keep talking about. You know, they're more good eggs than bad eggs. So.
I don't necessarily believe that in the case of
Shut up, it's for the good eggs, I'd say. So that's kind of cool. I'm not interested, because I never take my Switch portable anyway, but for the people who do, it's great, especially with this new kind of Seal the Deal DLC. It looks like
a whole ton of like indie games got announced for Switch today.
Oh yeah, because there was that Switch Direct I didn't hear about until after it happened, and I only heard about it once.
I didn't know there was one either.
Yeah. Everyone's like, wasn't there a Direct today? I'm like, well, what? And it's like posted the video of the indie direct. I'm like,
I literally saw no news about it.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know anything about it because I didn't look into it, even though I should have. For
it's mostly like you know, it's the usual thing. Like it's almost the greatest hits of like indie games from like the past 2-3 years.
Do you recognize any?
A few. There's stuff like Slay the Spire,
Right.
This War of Mine. I forget what the others are. Siberia 3.
Oh, that went in. I haven't heard of that one.
It's a adventure. Apparently there was an indie.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I guess technically Hat in Time is part of that.
Yeah, technically. What else has Hat in Time getting? A bunch of new outfits, which, I mean, I already have the Santa hat, so I'm set. That's in the base game. But there's a lot of cool stuff, like, you know, all gold and shit like that. Cosmetics for Hat Kid's always good. And did you see the N64 mode?
I did, because I think you retweeted it or something.
Yeah. Remember Rare, or not Rare, what's the company that made Yooka-Laylee?
Playtonic.
Playtonic. Remember when Playtonic was like, oh yeah, we're gonna do a 64 mode, and I don't even think it's come out yet? And then they put a
And when I
screenshot.
showed it, it was literally just like a bad pixel filter.
Yeah, they put a screenshot out recently, and it doesn't look N64-ish at all. And then here comes Hat in Time, like, you know, years later or whatever, and then they show something that genuinely looks like it's from the N64 era.
It's almost like the Hat in Time does put effort in or something.
I feel bad for Playtonic, though. Please,
I
Yooka-Laylee 2, we'll save them. Oh yeah, and then co-op, of course. Probably not going to be online, if I had to guess.
It's not. It's local only.
It's interesting because when they were doing...
It's also PC only for
Oh, cool. Nice. Get fucked, console bitches. Yeah. Yeah, that, like, in the past, when co-op was advertised for the Kickstarter and stuff, it was like a boy, and now it's like a girl, and it's really an interesting redesign. I really like it a lot compared to the initial co-op partner. They did a really good job with that. She's so cute. Don't hit it. God damn it. So, like, just a bunch of good news all around. It's great for
And
Hat.
Switch announcements. So Grandia 1 and 2 are getting HD remasters on Switch. That'll be sick. Funnily enough, for some reason only the Switch is getting these HD remasters, because the PC is only getting the remaster of 1, but not the remaster of 2. It's weird, but, you know, whatever.
Oh, this ain't good.
The choice of Switch is also kind of curious, though.
Save us the hassle.
I guess it's the popular darling now, so
Someone say
might be able to
Darling?
reap the benefits. Yes.
Like Darling in the Franks?
No.
I read your review of it, and it was really good. If you have watched Darling in the
Thank
Franks
you.
and are interested in Gavin's opinion, he has it on his blog, of which I don't remember the title, unfortunately. Oh, God!
The title of the blog is not very intuitive. Because it's just the letter H in as many R's.
No,
as
not
R's, so
the URL or whatever,
that's what I mean. That's what the URL is.
Gavin. You can't do that! You want exposure. No spoilers, yeah, we
your
won't go spoil.
ears? Ah, yeah. No, we're not gonna spoil.
Yeah, it's like I didn't really think about some of the things because I'm not an analyst. I just turned it on and pretty much enjoy it. I'm like, you know, pretty brain dead when it comes to enjoying things.
It's not
I
so
think.
much brain dead as like I did both history and English A level, which basically meant like here's a bit of text, like tear into it like deeply as possible for as much information as possible. You want that fucking A.
And then
So that just kind of stuck with me.
you went into the effort of, you know, learning the backstory of it, which was interesting because I didn't really know anything about it, and
The production history.
it actually really, you know, matters as far as looking at the anime. So
Yeah, as far as determining how it turned out, I feel like the production history is very informative.
yeah, I was gonna be like, well, yeah, there's some things I disagree with, and then I kept reading, and I was like, yeah, I don't know, I'm just like, you're like 100% right. Like, no spoilers. It's like it is a mech anime, but it does have like a lot of slice of life stuff in it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I love slice of life stuff. So I'm like, they got me.
See, I like it, but I feel like it doesn't fit with the mech.
Yeah, no, like what you wrote was basically true. Like they should have like done it more gracefully or something, one or the other kind of thing.
I guess that's as much as I'll say on that.
Yeah.
So Nobel doesn't have a
I think it's worth watching still.
It's very interesting, true. By God, they want you to have babies though.
I mean, don't you?
Oh, fuck me then.
Did you write one on Danganronpa one?
I did, and I posted it when the final video went up.
Oh, so that was recently.
Yes.
Okay, I thought
it probably got buried on Twitter. I can just beam it at you when I.
Yeah, I thought I missed it. I'm interested in that as well. Usually, you write about these games that I haven't played or like want to play later. So I'm like, I can't read that yet. Or anime that I haven't watched or something. You haven't done anime, really. But he's branching out, people. And what better anime to start the anime train than Darling in the Franxx? Did it really go for me? Are you serious?
We just need one more.
Yeah, someone has it. They're dead.
I don't know where they are.
Go, 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 go! Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up! Go, go, go!
All but the last episode or two. Then you basically mostly know what I have to say then,
Yeah.
probably.
That wasn't even on my list, but hey. It works.
It works.
So, Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime, recently, like an hour ago, dropped news that it's changing the way some things work. Normally, Twitch Prime people just don't get ads at all anywhere. They're rolling that back with no compensation at all. It's just...
I've never seen a company as fucking greedy as that.
Yeah, really? I'm like, God, like, no compensation at all. It's like, well... The thing is, like, well, if you pay for a year subscription before September, then you get that year without ads. So I think they're basically just like, wow, we can get people to pay for a year subscription if they don't want ads. And then we get more money because people are, doubling down for that. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
So really, it's just people are just going to use ad block now. Because...
I mean, really, you should have been already.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. I'm gonna be real.
There's no, it's that you just shoot.
But don't you know that Nick gets paid by NL using his ad revenue? You wouldn't be so cruel as to deprive Nick of money.
It's not even that like Amazon is too big. Is that it's just like ruled by like a man who's like, as with most rich people, just fucking insane and no longer understands how anything works, and now just hoards money like some sort of fucked up dragon because that's all he knows how to do anymore.
Oh God, no! But yeah, the thing is, like, for pretty much all the streamers I watch, I'm subbed to them, which basically pays for like 5 years of ad revenue for me anyway. So, no big deal. Yeah, I don't feel bad about using adblock. Ads are just so annoying and stupid, and they disrupt everything.
Yep.
And they don't even pay a lot, so it's real your time.
Until there's like major and extreme reform of advertising in the form of like actual legally enforceable advertising standards for online platforms, it's going to forever be a shithole, and ad blockers will forever be just completely necessary. There are even like fucking security tools these days because there's just that little vetting of what goes on fast.
Yeah. It's just...
Adverts are just regularly attack vectors for malware these days.
Like, even if one ad gave the person 1 cent, that would be better than 0.0000001 cents for 30 seconds of your time.
Yeah.
It's like...
I mean, you may as well literally just, pay them on Patreon, subscribe to them on Twitch or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like, I'm subscribed to pretty much everyone I watch on Twitch anyway. Pretty much everyone. Sorry if I'm not subbed to you.
Like fucking, like throw them a $5 every month, and stuff like
that.
Yeah,
I also give bits. Like, pretty much everyone I watch at least has gotten 100 bits from me, which, as I kind of said, pretty much pays for like over a year of ads anyway. So,
Yeah, basically.
like, as far as paying people I watch, I think I'm good. I don't feel guilty for using ad blocker at all.
You shouldn't feel guilty to begin with.
Yeah, but I have all the bases covered, I think. But that's not all.
Like, it sucks for the creators, but like, because of how the way advertisements are now, like ad blockers are a necessity, and like no audience member should ever be guilted or considered lesser for using them.
Novell, do you even have Twitch affiliate?
Chris, it's not sub to me.
Novell doesn't even
It's not sub to me
stream.
either.
Do you even have Twitch affiliate?
No.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, I would have definitely given you bits by now.
I know you would have. I'm just saying, I was just joking.
I'm just, you know. I don't know anymore, because some people suddenly have it, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get on that. Oh, shit.
Well, don't you need like an actual like viewing audience? What was that noise?
That's the Octowing. Going booyah. Did you hear it? We both have different sounds, I think, but
We do, yes.
yeah, that's not all, people. Amazon is also rolling something back for something worse. Like, you know, as if removing ads was not bad enough. There's like no silver lining here. It's basically now.
It's purely corporate greed, and everyone should just stop buying shit from Amazon.
So you know Gavin's like whole argument for physical that I agree with, where it's just cheaper to buy physical anyway, even on launch. Amazon basically, if you had Prime, you got 20% off of the game if you like pre-ordered it.
That's actually fucking nuts.
So that's
They don't do that here.
That's $12 off of the game. Immediately. That's insane, right?
Yeah, that's actually, I would kill for that here, but they don't do it.
And even then, physical is still cheaper over there, regardless. But yeah,
Yeah.
Most people pre-order through Amazon because of that. They have Prime, why not? And you know, that's like, I feel like that's like one of the main arguments for physical. They're getting rid of it. They're getting rid of it. Now, no. There is a silver lining for this one, Gavin. They give you $10 of Amazon credit instead for pre-ordering games.
Uh-huh.
So not only are you getting less money, because 10 is less than 12, but, oh yeah, I didn't even mention the best part. It takes up to 35 days for them to send you an email with your money after you put the order.
Naturally.
So you have to wait 35 days to get your $10 after you buy the game. So it's straight up worse.
Yep.
For people who buy physical. I don't usually buy physical anymore, but usually for like if I was playing Octopath, if I got like Octopath Traveler, that would kind of be a physical game, I would say, that I would get. Because that's like you pick it up, you play it like once, and then you put it back, and then if you want to replay it in 5 years, then you can. And, you know, that's not that much of a hassle. Like Splatoon 2, I'm always picking up. Mario Odyssey, I'm picking up occasionally, stuff like that. But yeah, like for people who do buy physical, and then eventually for me, if I was going to buy physical, this sucks. It just straight sucks. And, you know, it's just like... the ads I get.
There's genuinely like no real reason to buy from Amazon for anything anymore.
It's just like, the ads I get, or the ads I understand because they are making more money. Because ads, they get to pay the creators less because they're getting more ad money. But it's just like the Prime thing. They're gonna lose people pre-ordering from them. People are gonna start buying from fucking GameStop now, or my go-to Best Buy. You know. It's just...
I mean, like over here, they already have like extremely tight competition because there's like sites like you like all manner of like smaller like online retailers or small like physical retailers who just undercut the living shit out of Amazon and like get by like extremely happily because you know it's just that's how you do. Like you just undercut Amazon, like you automatically win, basically.
Yeah, I feel like.
So that just happens like fuck over here, and basically I'm just gonna start buying from like. Well, not necessarily game half the time, but like Shop2 UK and shit like that. Just because it's just fucking, they're just going to be cheaper. And they're also actually going to let me buy the game half the time. Because Amazon still does that. Well, actually, only Prime members can buy this right now for an indeterminate amount of time. Because, you know, that's a great way to run a business. It's just like literally lock off products to a special class who pay extra money.
Hey, don't talk badly about me.
It's just a trash fire of a shop now.
It's like and Amazon is not getting goodwill from anyone recently. My mom's like, my mom was actually like, hey, you should work at Amazon because she knows I like to order from it a
Oh,
lot.
Jesus.
And you know, in the past, like probably a year ago, I was like, oh yeah, it sounds good. I heard some like people saying good things about it. Not anymore. I'm like, I would sooner die than
Because you would die.
Yeah, exactly. People are pissing in like trash cans at Amazon warehouse.
People are collapsing and dying on the job and then being fired for it.
Yep, and I'm not fit at all, so.
If you want to get to the actual place to work, you have to pay 10 quid for a special fancy bus to bring you there. It's just like it's just a completely and utterly repugnant company. Basically, I'm not buying from them anymore.
Yeah, I'm like trying to minimize it, I think.
It's not even I just I'm buying it. Like for games and stuff, for like anime and all that, like you can just buy straight from the publisher on their own websites, and the prices are often the same as Amazon, or sometimes even cheaper if you buy from places like Shop 2. So it's just like it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's like if I need a physical game, I'll probably just buy it from Best Buy and stuff. Because they still ship. I think it's like slightly slower though. Well, I'd probably just go to Best Buy, but then I have to see. This is the problem. I hate driving. Ugh. God damn it. I feel kind of bad because like before this, I was like ready to buy an apple slicer and like a desk bike from Amazon, and now I'm like,
What do you need an apple slicer for?
because I want to eat more healthy, and I hate apples because you have to, you know, slice them with a knife. So why would I not get an apple slicer?
Because you have a knife.
No, because this is the thing. You know how I have problems starting things? If I can make something easier to start, then I will be more likely to do it. So like eating healthy, I'm less likely to eat an apple if I, you know, can't just grab it and basically go.
And the Veil also has a point. Just fucking bite into it.
No. I hate biting into apples, especially with my teeth now. Sliced apples are just better anyway. Is that you? Okay.
Yes.
I don't think anything's around. But yeah, I mean, you know, don't shame me for buying a fucking apple slicer, person who doesn't even have a paper towel holder.
Who the fuck?
Shut up!
You have regular towels. You just have like fucking like kitchen paper and then regular towels.
Do you have? I feel like I asked this before. Do you have a toilet paper holder?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the same principle.
Except it's for paper towels. Why would you have those? Just buy toilet roll, buy a kitchen roll, and then a toilet and just a towel.
After like 20 years, the fee balances out. The convenience balances out the fee. Like.
There's no convenience because it's literally the same thing.
No, because then you have to pick it up, and if you have wet hands, then you have the.
I don't see how that's any.
If you have wet hands, you have to pick up the whole thing of paper towel, and then you get all the paper towels wet by doing that. You could run that risk.
Which is why you use a kitchen roll where you can just touch the end one, pull it off, and tear it off.
Did you say? Wait, what?
Kitchen roll.
Kitchen roll?
Yeah.
Is that?
It is a roll of kitchen paper. It's literally just, you know, it's absorbent paper you wipe shit up with. It's just in a roll, like toilet roll, but it's bigger, longer, and like stands upright. You just pull it off.
I need someone to send me an image of this thing.
Cause do you not have that over there?
You know what? When you said that, I'm like, is he fucking talking about a paper towel holder? Because a paper towel holder is like there's a like wooden bar, and then you slot the hole of the paper towel through the wooden bar so you can roll the toilet or the paper towels out, like a toilet paper holder.
Are you just calling kitchen roll paper towels?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because paper towels over here are like shit you have in like public toilets, where they're like folded almost cardboard things.
Okay.
That are weird and uncomfortable.
I know what you're. I don't know what your paper towel brands are over there. You don't have like Charmin or something, right?
I mean, Charmin do toilet roll.
Do they do paper towels as well?
But I have never seen paper towels like sold outside of like
Hold on.
pawn shops selling this like off-brand cheap shit.
I do. Gavin! Oh, nuts! Oh, nuts!
You said that like I had a choice.
It was just funny seeing you fall down. Oh no! That's a lot of nuts. But you know what? You know what? I'm probably just an idiot. Yeah, Charmin does the butts. Right, the bear's wiping the butts. That was the wrong company.
Yes.
Sorry. I'm just making things more confusing. I'm sorry. I can't see through this mouse, if you can believe that.
There was no malls on my screen. So.
I say mouse. God damn it! I can't.
Silly buggers.
I cannot speak.
Did you mean stale?
Yes.
The big. Okay.
It has a big mouth. Okay. I think it's entirely plausible.
Bounty all like do kitchen
Bounty,
over here.
bounty. Yes, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Okay, so you mean kitchen
Yes.
roll.
Oh my god.
Okay, that makes sense.
We've been having this whole thing. I thought that you were just like being just being a fucking. Oh my god. Like this thing. Hold on, I'm gonna paste it in Discord. This thing.
Yeah, that's kitchen roll.
Okay. So you have a holder for that.
It's a wee thin metal reel, yeah.
Okay. I thought that you didn't have these and you just had the paper towel normally.
Hang on. Before you hit the button, let me go find what I mean.
What is he doing? Those are called paper towels over here, but I can understand like these paper towels and the like public bathroom paper towels being different.
Like every time you said like paper towels, I thought you meant like this shit. And I was like, why the hell would you have that in your house?
Hold on, I gotta put this on the stream.
Like, why would you have that in your house? That's for like weird public toilets to smell.
I now understand. See, there was a disconnect this entire time. Wow, who would have thought? I haven't thought I had this. That's hilarious. Okay. Well, now we know.
Now we know.
But yeah, I don't know, because my snacks are basically just like cookies and granola bars, and I'm like, well, I could probably be a much better person if I just get apples instead or something.
That's like the first step.
But I'm also like, I'm always under the impression that fruit doesn't fill you up at all.
That's like completely untrue.
You think so?
I regularly eat fruit. Like my lunch, like when work is like 90% fruit. So like here's grapes, like cherry tomatoes, like a strawberry yogurt, banana. That shit fills me up basically until like 6, 7 o'clock when I get home.
I mean, do you have the same stomach that I do?
No, because like, you know, American portions are like literally 2 to 3 times the size of food.
You see, this is what I'm worried about. It's like, I don't know.
Because Americans genuinely eat far more than
This is gonna make me sound bad. I like, for lunch I usually eat half a pound of meat and a bagel and cream cheese.
Food dinner.
And some cookies, maybe.
Holy shit.
To be fair, I have established before that lunch is like my most important meal of the day, and usually carries me.
Yeah, like that's the biggest one you eat. Like fair enough, but it's still.
It's probably a lot,
holy
right?
Shit,
My mom's like, "Are you sure that's not too much meat?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, that's the fucking dinner's worth of meat.
So yeah, I'm kind of worried that the fruit just won't cut it. And you know what? I mean, it's like apples are actually filling. Grapes, I don't expect those to fill me up at all.
I guess like to put it like this way, like, you know, like half my dinners are like stir fries, where like most of it is like peppers, and peppers are fruit, and that shit just fills me up, and I'm just fucking bloated for like the rest of the night. I was like, I'm not moving, like I'm stuffed. Fruits can be just as filling as anything.
Wait, grapes are too much money?
What?
That's news to me. So, okay, not only are grapes just basically just skins filled with water, so they don't fill you up
more
at
or
all.
less, but it's damn tasty water.
And not only do you usually have to pluck them off of vines, which is work, but also you have to...
How does that work? You just
I
hold
hate
it
that.
to your mouth and you bite it off.
I want to pick it up like a mini pretzel, and I want to put it in my mouth. I don't want to have to pluck it off of a vine.
So don't pluck it off a vine, just bite it off with your teeth.
No! Because I don't want vine in my mouth.
Put the grape in your mouth and then pull, and that's it.
I don't want vine in my mouth. Besides, I feel like I'm going to crush grapes that way.
You don't have to put the vine in your mouth. Just put your mouth around the grape and pull.
Kevin, you just don't understand. It's high over here. It's probably this one. No, it's that one. God fucking damn it.
You're mad now saying like, oh, I don't want to have Vine in my mouth. Like, you don't unless you're.
Look, you know how I talk about how like spaghetti is just too hard to eat, like to be worth it.
I don't remember that, but that's tragic.
It's true. Like the difference is pasta is the same exact thing, but it's just easier to eat. So I just say let's eat pasta instead. If pasta didn't exist, I'd say all right. The value proposition for spaghetti is a-okay, but it's not. Fuck spaghetti. Either way, grapes too hard to eat.
It's curious that Novell says grapes are too expensive. Like, I don't know if that's just the American thing. It's like, fruit over here at least is cheap as fuck. But then, you know, at the same time, Ireland is just like reams of farms. So, yeah.
I thought it was reams of... Oh, never mind. Oh my god, where is it?
I don't know. It's not up front.
Where is it? I'm losing it. They changed one thing, and then I'm like, suddenly, my whole balance is thrown off. Alright. This is not good, by the way.
No, it's not at all. I killed it at the desk.
Oh, that's actually good, though. Okay.
That, you know, Cohawks.
Here I come, I am Cinnamon. I'm not gonna make it.
We need more eggs than you two.
I know, I'm just saying. Might as well get it in. No, I'm so close!
And Novell does have a point, though. If you just, like, cut the cookies in the bagel, you're basically fine.
What?
Like, see, because you eat, like, this, like, all these mad, like, deli things all the time. If you just cut that out, you'd be fine.
Maybe. I feel like the deli meat's gotta stay, though.
Nah.
Oh, it's 12:55, never mind. Whatever, but I still have to talk about something.
Yeah, just keep going. Like, I want to have something else I want to mention.
Okay, we're not going to get to that almost definitely because the next topic's a real doozy. But before we get to that, I need to ask what fruit is filling, because there's like melons. Melons are great. I love melons, but isn't pre-sliced like really expensive? And I ain't slicing a cantaloupe, so I don't know about that.
It's pretty. Won't fucking cut his own melon.
I'm not. It's a melon. At least with the apple, you have an argument there. But the melon.
Just take a knife, dude.
That's like so. That's so much. That's just too much, Gavin. I want as little work put into. I just want. Okay.
There's no work to eating fruit.
Yes, in the past.
We
have established that I don't actually like eating. I just hate the feeling of being hungry. In life, I just want to be comfortable. Being hungry is not comfortable, so I eat to, be comfortable. Any joy derived from food, pretty much secondary to that, I'd say. So if I have to work for the food,
joyous view of food.
I don't care. I'm fully aware of this. I mean, of course, there are things that I like the taste of and would prefer to eat and stuff like that. It's not like, I'm just going to eat Soylent for the rest of my life. But, it's just, like working for food, just not good. I'm definitely probably not going to be a cook ever.
It's not even having to be a cook, it's just making basic meals. Make that thing a little bit tasty for yourself. Yeah,
cutting a melon, like the gains... it's not worth the effort. So why would I do it? Why was I would pay extra for someone to cut the melon for me.
It's nuts to me.
So
I guess I just value having money more than
probably.
effort.
I'm like, money's used to pay for goods and services. So I'm gonna pay for both as far as the cantaloupe.
I mean, over here that's like they get like that, but also like money can be quite tight. So it's like if you can possibly like save it or do it yourself, you do it yourself.
Yeah, I don't know about that as far as melons go. Yeah, melons good.
Also,
apples good.
There's just that whole personal satisfaction thing of doing it yourself.
No, that doesn't exist for me. Bananas probably good, but the last time I had a banana, I didn't like it. I might try.
Bananas are extremely good for you. Like they are just loaded with like the good shit.
Okay, now what if I told you that I don't know how to peel a banana?
How the fuck have you played a Donkey Kong game and not know that?
Well, the thing is, I was actually gonna bring that up. Like fucking apes can peel bananas.
Yeah, what you do is you grab like the top end with like the big black like a nodule, and you just pull it, and it just tears off in strips. Like it is designed by nature to do that because it wants to be eaten so that you will shit its seeds out.
What? Okay, grapes, or sorry, bananas off the table. Don't like that. I'm not following them.
Not like you know what I mean. Basically, like, it's designed to be eaten easily by other creatures to help it. Like,
I'm not following the bananas agenda. Sorry, bananas. But yeah, that's something I'll probably try again. Like how I try headphones every year and how I try fighting games every year. And how I try mustard every year. I still don't like mustard. I want to like it though.
I guess I just wasn't allowed to move anymore. I killed bananas for Chris. Yeah, apparently. Bananas are great.
No, you weren't supposed to.
I have them in like sandwiches and they're like extremely tasty. And good for you because it's both like bread and banana.
Wait, banana bread?
More than the butter.
The funny thing is I love banana bread.
I genuinely don't know what banana bread is.
What the fuck? Kevin, what the fuck? Yeah, banana bread is so good. Go out and buy banana bread.
It's currently almost 11 at night.
I didn't mean now. I mean, I appreciate your gung-ho attitude as far as, you know, taking requests like that. But at some point you gotta buy that shit. I love banana bread, dude. You gotta try it at least once. But I don't like bananas. Isn't that weird? Maybe. Basically, I loved bananas as a kid, and then, like, as a little kid, and then as a kid, I ate it and I didn't like it. So, maybe I reverted back. Isn't that weird how taste buds work? Or in my case, don't. Oh, God. Yeah, banana would be good. I actually have never tried a pear. I don't think I've tried peaches either. No, wait, I think I have. I don't like peaches, I don't think.
Pears are also, like, really good.
The apple slicer can also slice pears, so... There's the 2-for-1 deal.
Canned pear, like, over here, like, they sell, like, just sliced pears in, like, cans, and just, like, riddled with pear juice, and, like, that's just, like, a lovely little snack. Empty a can into a bowl, and just, like, ah, yeah, it's, like, a cereal with all pear.
Damn, what the fuck? Completely alien concept to me. Oh wait, no, it's not. Oh my god, I remember those.
Why is America like a?
No. I remember. I think I remember those from childhood, but I didn't think they were pears. I don't know what I thought they were. I didn't like those. Those grossed me out. Whenever people brought them. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, you might not know, but as far as eating healthy foods, I'm very inexperienced for a 22-year-old adult.
This is becoming quite evident.
I don't think I'll ever like vegetables, though. So, fruit, the way to go. Straight up. We got like 10 eggs by that basket, and no one could capitalize on it.
Because there's so many balls.
Really not happy about that one. Yeah, I'm probably gonna try my hand. Maybe spend more time in the fruit section at the grocery store. That'll really slow down my grocery store speed run, though. So, we're gonna have to see. And then, yeah, I want an exercise bike because I keep telling myself, just go out for like a 20-minute walk, even a 10-minute walk. It's never gonna happen. It's been months, man. So,
I mean, I basically just get that going to work, so.
Why go to the exercise when I can bring the exercise to me and still watch streams and browse Twitter and Discord? So I might do that. Problem is my desk is like really low, so I'm worried that I'm gonna get one that I just can't fucking use. Yeah, that's me. You know what? It might be the meds that I'm taking now. Making me think more proactively now.
I mean, that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
It's like how, because recently a thing I've been like thinking about a lot is like, how do people actually do things?
I do.
Like,
Gavin, this sounds like something I would say, and then you would go, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah, well, that's because you immediately cut me off and didn't let me
I
actually
know,
go into the long explanation speed I have
I know.
for
I'm not.
this.
Well, see, I also have explanations. I'm just saying it's funny to me.
But yeah, it's like, because one of the things I watch on YouTube is this guy called Dave Bow. He's a Canadian-born Japanese woodblock artist. He's a fucking madman.
Oh,
He's
you
in,
talked
like,
about this
70s.
guy.
Yeah, this guy, he's fucking great. I love him. Like, but like the main thing that always gets me, because he recently put up a video like basically just telling the story of how he got started and all this, and it was literally just, he says like the viewpoint in, like, 1960s 70s Canada where he was when he began getting interested in this was literally just because like there weren't even any books on shit like this, so it was just like you just gathered what you had and you just fucking like went at it and just tried it. So he just, like, with like a makeshift, like a bit of wood, like a shit carving knife, and like some like rough paper he nicked from like a bin. He basically just like tried his hand making these works of art, and like this is the sort of thing that just baffled me. It was just he just said he did it, and just said, like, when he went on explaining stuff, like he explained how like he wanted to make like a recreation of certain prints from a printmaker he actually met on a trip to Japan. And so, he just, like he said, like, in order to do this, he wanted to do it properly, so he asked about royalties, and to do that, he literally just sent the guy a letter. And it's just the sort of thing of, like, it just baffles me how he just says, I just went and did the thing. And that just gets to me a lot, like, recently, where people are just like, I did the thing by just going and doing the thing. Because with me, it's always like, I don't know how to do the thing, I need to find out how to do the thing before I can do it. Whereas, like, with people like this, it's just like, I didn't quite know how to do the thing, I just went and did it. And, it's the same, like, I watch his videos, like, I listen to Hard, like, he talks a lot about his business and all, and he's made his own websites and all, he's basically, like, recreated and, like, kickstarted the entire, basically the entire industry of making woodblock prints almost single-handedly. Like, he funded, like, like new paper makers to make like the actual high quality paper. Like, he's investigated like making his own tools to find his own tool sources, shit like that. It's just like, I guess it's just the spirit of like building everything and doing it all himself, and like that just, I really like that. It's like, I wish I could do that. And it's just that sort of thing. It's like, I want to be able to do shit like this. Like, just do it. Just do it yourself and make it happen. But it is always that thing of like, how do you do it?
I mean, I don't really know I don't really know what this is applying to as far as.
It was the proactive thing. We were like, I feel like more proactive. I'm like, yeah. It's like I feel like, hey, you gotta learn how to do the thing and like make your own shit and find out how it works. It's like, yeah.
Well, I mean, this day and age, that's not really a question, is it?
Well, I mean, that was the thing that got me. It's like, even though I grew up with the internet and all, it never actually occurred to me like just how easy it is to look up to do things, or like, so like the example was when at work I was just kind of like, can you really just buy anything on the internet? And the example came to my head. I looked out the window and there was a shipping container. I was like, you can't just buy those, right?
You can.
It turns out you can.
Yeah, Gavin, come on, man. Of course.
And it's like 1 month's salary for me, and I could have like a 20-foot shipping container if I wanted. I wouldn't have anything to do with it.
Gavin, we talked about this.
But
you could buy 2,000 live ladybugs for $15 on Amazon. You can buy 2 pounds of Pez for $15 on Amazon.
I mean, that one makes sense to me because that's just like surplus.
Remember Aki bought like a whole bag of Super Mario gummies for probably only like $20? Like, you could buy anything.
It's just stuff like that. It's just like the how do you do thing, and it's just they just do it. Like, I feel like, channels I've been interested in lately are stuff that are just madmen making things themselves. Like, there's one Japanese guy who just makes knives out of the most batshit things. He's made like knives out of rice, out of potatoes, out of underwear, out of plastic. He's made like a little tiny miniature knife out of a drill bit.
I thought I had this.
Like, like his videos are fucking fascinating. Like, this the process involved. Like, you just like, how did you know how to do any of this? Where I don't think you could just Google like, if you like fit polystyrene fiber inside like, water and then freeze it, you would make like super strong ice that can resist being beaten against a bit of wood.
I mean, I feel like technically, but
I mean, like, you wouldn't think, hey, that's how a thing would work, and then look it up. Like, he just apparently knew this somehow, that if you just froze like this fiber inside ice, it would just make the ice super resilient. It's like, it's just shit like that. It's like, how do you do or know the thing? And it just fascinates me, basically. And it's basically just inspiring me to be more proactive. Everyone should be more proactive.
Well, you're much more optimistic than I am. I'll never think about doing something new. I'm not capable of that.
It's not even so much doing something new.
It's literally what you're
doing
describing.
Something. I mean, yeah, but like the general feeling, I mean, isn't just like necessarily like I'm the first or like I've done something completely new, as it is just. If you mean like new to me, then alright, but I mean like, it's not like I'm trying to invent something or anything. It's just, can I just do something that can already be done, but just by myself? Instead of like going through like another process or through another person or whatever.
Self-learning.
Basically, it was like, alright. In work, I learned about like, you know, integrated circuits, and they're just talking about like, you know, Raspberry Pis, and I learned about the existence of stuff like Arduino and SPI.
Stop
And
saying
basically,
that.
what?
Raspberry Pis, I don't like it.
That's the name of the
I know,
thing.
I don't like it.
Doesn't matter. It's the name of the thing. So it was just like, it was just like, you know, here's all like these little simple, easy, cheap, like here's how you can just buy like electronic components to make these things on the cheap. It's like, you want like a little miniature security camera you can just hotwire to like a circuit board. Well, you know, that's 20 quid. Off you go. The circuit board itself is a tenner. Just stuff like that. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna like get some of this and fuck about with it and see what happens. Not that I have any particular plans of what I do with it, but you know, it's a thing I want to do just for the hell of it. I'm done talking about scary technology. You can continue.
I mean, I don't know. Like, both of your examples were these guys basically were the pioneers of what they did. So.
Wait, the thing with the other is that he's not a pioneer. He's just doing what people did before. It's just the way he does it is just fascinating to me, because it's like, not knowing how to do it, instead of just going, well, I don't know how to do it, and like getting stuck at that step, he just goes, I will just make a rough approximation of how to do it, and then just build from there. And that's fascinating. It's just fascinating.
Gavin, we get it. You want to draw.
It's not even that. It's just I want to do things.
I thought that's what it should be.
I mean, that's
that was
like,
your,
that's what I do want to do. The tablet's sitting here. It's just like I'm waiting for to get like the new computer before I try installing any of this bastard shit. Especially since I might have to switch the Windows 10 to make it like all the recording shit behave, but who knows. But yeah, no, it's just like stuff like that. And I'm just fascinated by people making things, basically. I too would like to make things that aren't just me writing giant screeds. That's the thing I like to make that I know how to make. It's like, what? Does that seem as impressive as this madman making like fucking like wooden art by himself or whatever? Or this lunatic making like a fucking functional kitchen knife out of his underwear?
I mean, I can kind of see that. I'm not as, what's the word? I don't know the word. I'm just like, exercising is like really basic, so should probably do that. And I wanted to do that, but I just can't will myself. So that's, you know, eating.
Now you can start willing yourself.
It's nothing as grandiose as that.
I mean, they don't like start like sounding depressed. Oh, well, I guess.
No, I'm just. Well, I mean, there are deeper seated problems with me that are in regards to this.
Yeah, but like, it's just the tone you were taking. I was like, oh, I guess I'm just.
No, I'm just.
Like, don't you fucking start that with me.
I'm just trying to think of. Oh no, how to describe this. Yeah, whether or not I actually do this will.
I mean, you know, the thing with exercising, it's like basically always like false starts until like one day it clicks.
Do you want to bet money that I won't do it? Because I would.
I mean, I wouldn't, because that would A, automatically discourage you from trying. So, and B, like I just said, you know, it's just a series of false starts until one day it does actually click with you.
I mean, I can't even play Undertale, the best game of all time. So, I don't know,
I mean,
man.
that's just because you keep like watching streams and being a piece of shit.
What are you talking about?
Whereas at least when you're exercising, you would still watch your streams.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically the whole idea, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, like, yeah, treadmills are expensive, obviously. But in the past, I was like, oh yeah, treadmills would be cool because I could just set up a TV with the YouTube thing. Like, at that point, I would just walk outside. Like, treadmills just seem kind of joyless to me, and pointless.
I mean, they do have like this, then you know, like a lot of them have the nice function of like simulating like higher or tougher ground by making it like harder to walk on, just in case you don't live like near mountains or whatever the fuck. Which makes it tougher to walk, which means you use more energy and etc. etc. So, you know, they have a purpose.
Yeah, just not for me. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! All right. Can we talk about my petty complaints?
Go for it.
Because last time it was One Piece, the One Piece logo. And I have another one. The Phoenix Down from Final Fantasy has always annoyed me because I'm like, that name is fucking stupid. It's like
This is just you not understanding English language.
No, no. Basically, I only until yesterday on the NLSS they brought it up. Nick brought it up, and he's like, "Do you guys know that like down meant feather? It's like a phoenix feather." And I'm like,
Did they not?
No, and I didn't either.
How the fuck?
Like, Phoenix Down
What are
is
they
such
teaching
a
you
stupid
people over
name.
there? You ever like when I was thinking like primary school, like primary 3, which is like when you're like 6 or 7. There'd be like little there'd be stories about like farm animals and shit we'd read that, you know, help us like learn English, and it would mention stuff like, oh, the downy like fluff of chickens and ducks, so that when they're newly born.
I believe that word is downy.
Which, you know, which you can then extrapolate into down.
Down is a direction.
Down is the layer of like little baby fellers on a baby chicken.
Or the bottom of the plumage, as opposed to that.
Yeah.
Because I looked it up just to make sure that this was real, and it's real.
It is real, yeah.
Yeah, like, couldn't you just call it Phoenix Feather? Do you have to be so stupidly grandiose, you
I mean,
stupid
for
bitches?
one, they're not stupid because it's an actual word and term, and for two, it's to save space when on older consoles they didn't have the room to say Phoenix and Feather on the same line. Are we doing more, by the way?
Yeah, I have to complain about this.
Okay.
Like, I guess that makes sense. It's just like, because what was it? No, it's called Pick Me Up in Super Mario RPG. What did I?
Oh, here we go. Oh, Super Mario was the
Well,
only one
look,
that does it right.
that's better. It's not good because it's still like, oh, pick me up. It's an idiom.
I mean, it doesn't fit like the tone or settings of Final Fantasy at all. So it's not bad.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it would definitely make sense because, you know, Phoenix resurrected and the Phoenix down, the Phoenix feather. I'm mad now though. The Phoenix down revives your teammates just
it fucking
like
baffles me that
Phoenix.
apparently like no one in the LSS knew that. Like, what the fuck do they teach in North American schools?
Like, when I was a kid, I'm like, I thought it was a stupid way to say, like, you know, your teammate is a Phoenix and they're down. So you're bringing them back up with a Phoenix down or something. That doesn't make any sense, which is why I'm so angry about it, because that was the most logical thing I could think of.
When I was in like early primary school, one of the things they did was like take us on a trip to a farm. We got to see like little animals and shit. I also like learned about like animal terms like down and all that shit.
I've literally never in my entire life heard down referring to feathers ever, at all.
Well,
Never.
That's because there's a massive gap in your education then. It's not like anyone being stupid. It's just you not knowing a word and then saying, well,
Is
they're
it a
blind,
common
knowing the
word? How
I
many
don't.
times do you say down?
It's actually a pretty common word when discussing birds,
compared to feathers. Oh, what am I? What, a bird scientist? Do I need a degree in
Bird scientist.
birdology to play Final Fantasy?
No, you just have to know a
A
basic
bird
word.
biology degree? I could understand, you know, the space is limited, because it probably was. So that
Yeah, I mean, there's no probably about it. Like they couldn't call the haste spell haste in Final Fantasy 1. They had to call it fast because it wasn't in the right haste.
because like I mean, it's not. They probably just like went to thesaurus.com and was like, well, we want to say phoenix feather, so let's put feather in and see if we can find a shorter word for it.
It's like we can't fit feather in.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Oh,
all
down,
right.
because I do that all the time. I did that like for every single Mario Maker level I did, where I'm like, it needs to be an alliteration. So I use words like fucking aqueduct. Hello? But yeah, you know what? I'm not reviving you. I'm getting a second. Lump you.
I'm glad you just sacrificed like getting 3 eggs
Nope.
in just so you can get one in.
You weren't even gonna make it anyway.
I was gonna make it. There's plenty of time for me to have gotten up with the egg I was sitting on and just made it.
I'm not
There's
risking
nothing
it.
in the way.
Either way, okay, so now I at least understand, and then of course they stick to it because that's what it was in the first game, so why change it? But you could still change it if it means the same thing.
I mean, they could, or they could just keep it because it's a nice and distinctive name for a recovery item. That, you know, gets across pretty easily what it is.
Oh, thank God. Final Fantasy needs a distinctive name for things to stand out.
Welcome to, like, literally everything.
It's like basically the second RPG of all time.
Technically a third act.
Is it? There's Dragon Quest,
I mean-
and then what else?
Dragon Quest. I mean, Dragon Quest was like the first of the JRPGs, but like, you know, Dragon Quest itself was inspired by Ultima, which was like pretty much the first of the Western.
What does
RPGs.
Ultima call their item that revives people?
There isn't one. There's just a spell.
What do they call their spell that revives
Ultima
people?
uses its own little fancy magic language. I forget what the revive spell is. It's something like, it's their words for like light, lift, and death. And I forget what those are. I remember death is core.
What is this, Latin?
I mean, like the whole point of Ultima was like you had to like learn the magic system to be able to cast any spell.
Oh God!
So you had to learn the words.
What?
You also needed you need the ingredients. You needed the reagents to be able to cast the spell, and you needed to know the words that the spell was, and you needed to be strong enough to use the circle of magic the spell was on.
So in order to play a game, I have to learn a whole other language now.
Yeah, it was fucking
I thought
rad.
games were
Like,
supposed to
Ultima
be
games
fun.
would have these big, like, detailed manuals of, like, world lore, and here's the spell book with all the spell words in it, and you put them together, and you can, like, here's, like, I want to cast a tornado spell, and you spell, like, Grav Mass Corp, which is, like, Great Death Wind, and, like, off you fucking go. It was fucking rad. Hello.
I thought I see feather down pillow. I have heard that before. I just thought it's because
What is that?
you like lie your head down on it, or like when you put your head on it, the feathers go
Have
down.
extremely strange interpretations of
Maybe they should just say feather, which they do. So why do they add
are
down?
just saying feather,
Ugh,
because it's a type of feather.
I'm pissed. I'm pissed, man. I still think that this is the One Piece logo is a more valid argument than this stuff.
It's nowhere near
It's-
valid.
what are you
You're the
talking
only
about?
person on this. You're the only person on this earth who's ever seen or read it like that in existence.
Yo hi. He's the king of the graphic designers. Ah! Okay, well at least that makes sense. If that was the reason to call it a down, at least that makes sense. I still feel like they should have.
Early text limits in like early RPGs are fucking comical, man.
Yeah, because in Earthbound, you can only name your character like 4 characters.
Yeah, something like that. And so it's just like that's the limit. Well, what can you do? That's as much as we could keep in like standard memory before like running out of space.
Hi, Gavi. It's me, Krr. Actually, I think it was 5, right? Oh yeah, yeah. It
I
was
think
five.
I think 5 was the
So I
limit.
did
Yeah.
Chris, and then
Which is still pretty short.
Game Boo was like, did they? Do you think they intentionally made it 5 so you couldn't name your character Gigas? And I'm like,
Maybe.
really makes you think.
But I'm pretty sure that the bigger reason is that they didn't have the space to spare around all their systems for like multiple character names. You know, like Final Fantasy IV had like you had like eight spaces for character names, and but then that didn't have like enemies spawning on the overworld in great numbers that brought the entire game to a crawl.
I don't know. I just think that they should have, like, once they had the chance, they should have changed it to Feather.
I mean, there's no real reason to change it to Feather.
Because it's a more common word.
Oh, everything needs to be dumbed down for the little babies who don't know a very simple basic word.
But it's like, it's a synonym.
See you, Novelle.
It's a synonym.
Yeah, but here's the thing: it stands out, based in the name they already use, and C.
Oh, they can't change.
Like you're acting like it's some sort of like mad hard thing that they need to change, otherwise they're done for it. When it's really just you just for some reason are apocalyptically mad about learning a word.
No, I'm mad about the
Learning a word.
fact that it could have been so much simpler. My entire
Here's the
life.
thing, like, it's still pretty simple. It's just you didn't know the word, and you're mad about having to learn the word. That's all it comes down to, because like down is a very common word.
Yeah, for the direction.
In this context, it's a very common word. Like as Novelle pointed out, it's used when fucking selling pillows and mattresses and shit like that. Anything that involves feathers will inevitably refer to down.
I'm gonna go down on you if you don't shut the fuck up.
You're welcome to try the smell wits.
What's that mean? I died killing a sniper. Get someone out.
Where are you?
The piers.
I might die too.
This dude's got it.
Oh, the Maws are all chasing you. So
Great.
I'll try to go for this other sniper.
My dog is dead.
Yeah, Ultimate was like really fucking weird. Like the first Ultimate game was simultaneously like this classical fantasy game, but then you also go into space. You got like a space pilot license, and you end up fighting with ray guns against an ancient wizard. It's fucking nuts, Ultimate 1.
Okay.
Ultimate 3's final boss was like an evil demon computer. You defeat it by like shoving punch cards into it in the right order to make it self-destruct.
Can you spoilers?
And then now, like Ultimate 4 onwards, it is settled into like just fantasy instead of like drop the sci-fi stuff, which helped make it more focused.
Yeah, me talking about going down on you has reminded me of something that I didn't write down. I forget if I.
This makes me considerably nervous.
I forget if I asked you how much money it would take for you to suck a dick.
You did, yes.
I have asked that.
Well, I mean, you brought it up last time.
Okay.
I don't know if I gave an answer, and my answer is basically just I don't fucking know.
I'll see it.
How do you quantify that as a
Come
task?
on, Gavin. At least with the fork and spoon, I can understand, kind of. But like, you gotta at least give me something here. I asked Luke and his brother, actually. You want to hear their answers? Luke said essentially the equivalent of all the money in the world, and I'm like, all right, that's a bit excessive.
Someone's very insecure.
For sucking one dick, like, hello. No STDs, by the way.
I mean, I guess that's something you should establish. Like, what are we dealing with here?
It's just this is relatively simple
Like
act.
standard safe.
Then basically it's all psychological.
All right.
So his brother said 500, which was quite a leap from him to his brother.
Feels a bit low.
I mean, I was gonna say, I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But I thought about it, and like, I'm bi, so obviously these questions don't apply to me, like, at all.
You would just do it for the fun.
I have no. Well, I don't know about that. I do have a value for saving myself for marriage or something like that. But I was thinking like 500's all right, and then I thought about it some more on the way home, and I'm like, like if you're straight, 500 for something like that, I feel like it should be at least 1,000, right?
I mean, it's a yeah. If you're like going against your own preferences, I would say like at least 1,000. I don't know what the going rate for sex acts is.
So Gavin, what's your answer? What's your hypothetical answer? Because I know if I say what's your answer, then people are gonna bind you to this or something. That's not gonna happen.
I'm thinking over. I'm kind of like, well, what is like, what would I say is like, yeah, but then it's like, what is also like the point where I say actually that's like kind of fucking high, isn't it?
It's like 15 minutes, right?
Like that's how long it is. Or?
Yeah, I think you know where I got this from. Take a guess where I got this from. They said they said it was like in a glory hole too. I don't know if that makes it better, but
I mean, I guess in some ways, because you can't see the person, and if you're nervous, that might make it easier. I guess.
I'm just curious, you know.
I don't know. Say 3,000.
3,000. That's a genuine answer. I'm happy with that.
Like that's just the like. Cause when I think about it, I'm like, if you were to say something like 5, I feel like even given like I wouldn't do it because not my preference. It's kind of like that's still fucking high though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's like because some streams have like crazy donation incentives and stuff, and then people meet them. So like $500 for me to play this game, and then like it actually gets met sometimes. Or like even then like the Call of the Void, I have like the donators equivalent of that where I'm like I could donate $500 to see this. Like $500 like I could do it technically. It wouldn't put me in a good spot, but I could do it, So that's why I'm like that's kind of cheap. Someone would really like. I feel like it would have to put me back for it to be reasonable for someone who's straight to do it.
Yeah.
And this is probably
it's all a relativity thing.
Yeah, this is probably someone who like has a lot of money anyway, like Jeff Bezos. But no one would suck that dude's dick.
No. You would die from the toxicity.
All right, Gavin. What about Jeff Bezos? How much?
Man, I want half that fucking fortune.
None.
At least.
Something about standards.
No, I would just fucking take half his money and then just do better in the world with it.
Why stop at half?
I mean, basically, yeah, like half a minimum, basically. Yeah, fuck, just give me the company.
Get to hand over the company.
Hand over the company, you've no shares in it anymore, fuck all, you're done.
Alright, that's all I got, I'm pretty sure. Extensive amount of things. You said you had something earlier? I don't know if
Yeah, it'll be relatively quick. Bloodstained.
Alright! Right. Okay.
So like Bloodstained, like 2 bits of news came out about it today. The first is that it's being delayed to 2019, which is just
understandable.
That's just like given. It's a Kickstarter game, like that happens. Like it missed. Like they said their initial release date was spring 2018, and when it was clear they were nowhere near making that, I was like, yeah, it's going to 2019. That's just whatever. Everyone gets one.
My number 9 got like 5. What do you say to that?
I got 5, and that's why we all hate Mighty Number 9, and no one likes it.
That's part of the reason why it's so heinous.
Yeah, I mean, because like every Kickstarter game gets at least 1, even like 2 or 3 delays. Like that's it's whatever. It's like a lot of the time these are developers who had all that handled by a publisher who was skilled in doing it, just had it down to like an art. So now they had to figure out like distribution and like actual development timelines and shit by themselves. And so that's gonna like skew perspectives and shit. But the second half of the news is the one I want to talk about. Was the Vita version is being cancelled.
It should surprise no one because
it should surprise no one, and because the reason given for it is like pretty much like watertight, and that's basically Sony are taking away the means to actually do it.
The means of production are being seized?
Basically, yeah, like Sony are stopping, manufacturing of not only Vita units but Vita cartridges and all in early 2019, like January, like it all shuts down. There'll be no more physical Vita games released from January 2019 on. So they said that because the game is now, past that in 2019 for its release, we basically can't release this on Vita. Even digital releases are apparently are implied to be skeevy because they basically mentioned, well, due to changes to the PS Plus, it's become untenable, which kind of implies that there's probably a wider policy in Sony where like even digital releases for Vita games aren't worth it to them anymore, the host or upload or whatever.
Yeah.
So basically, the basic gist is because Sony are just shutting everything down for the Vita, they can't do it.
I mean, when...
And I was like, you know what?
When, oh Lord, I'm dead. When, was this Kickstarter put up? Like, a year ago or something?
Like 2 years ago?
The PS Vita was dead 2 years ago.
Then. The Vita was dead then, yeah. And
So, like...
it's basically just like a false
I don't know, I feel like if you chose the Vita option, you're kind of just setting yourself up for failure.
Yes. But here's the thing about Vita fans, specifically Vita fanboys, they're fucking raving lunatics and always have
But there
been.
can't be fangirls.
I mean, there can be, but you know how the phrase goes. Everyone here is a boy until proven
Of course.
That's hard. That's hard. All this. You know as well as I do,
of course,
girls
but
literally can't be immature. Like they're perfect angels, but oh fuck, I'm going to die.
Got him. I watched that too.
But yeah, basically, it worked.
It worked.
It almost fell into the water, but it worked.
Yeet. But I mean,
Yeah,
the
basically,
thing about,
they announced that. Yeah, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say the thing about the Bloodstained devs is that you basically, like, if you chose the Vita version, you get the game for free now to compensate for that.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, they said they will just shift you to another version if you want, and if you don't want, they will just refund
Yeah.
you. Because they're just like, fuck it, we can't take your money for this. Here, like, here's your refund.
So it's not even like they're being shitters about it.
No, they're being like really nice about it.
So.
So naturally today, especially on Gamatsu's article where I saw 5 of these in a row, people came out screeching about how A, Bloodstained is definitely not a good game anymore anyway, and it's really bad and shit, and how they were only ever going to buy it on Vita. And B, I literally saw multiple people ask this question almost word for word. This question: what does Sony shutting down manufacturing of carts and preventing further releases of games have anything to do with the release of this game?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just kind of, I just.
They have a point,
What the fuck?
What does it have to do with it? Didn't Sony already promise that they would be making X amount of game carts when the Kickstarter finished? I think that's what they're thinking, right? That's the only thing I could think.
I don't know what they're thinking, because they're literally asking, like, how does the platform holder making it impossible to release games stop this game from being released? And it's just kind of like, are you listening to the words coming from your own mouth? Like, Vita fans have always been like a special class of deranged among the console fanboys. That's just something. It's been a weird thing where like anytime like a game got like a console release, there'd be cries for a Vita version because the Vita could definitely run this. Why isn't there a Vita version? I would only buy this if it was on Vita.
Yeah, because they bought it.
If a 3DS got a game, it'd be screeches and like tears and port begging for a Vita version because it would run much better on Vita and be much better on Vita, even if it's a thing designed for dual screens. Shit like that. It's like, you can kind of see it in the Switch fan base these days, where like, you get people screaming that Capcom are like literally like satanic Hitlers because they won't like port Monster Hunter World to the Switch. Because it could easily, completely, and perfectly run on Switch just fine. It doesn't need any assistance. It can definitely do that. That's how it works. It's just
Well, Gavin, counterpoint, the world ends with you for Nintendo Switch. Got him. Because that game is 100% meant for dual screens, and no one even knows how they're gonna make it work on the Switch at this point.
Well, they do, because they made a single screen version
Did they?
on iPad.
Oh, god damn it.
It's that version.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
But
Fucking
with just
iPad,
DS,
bitch.
like, button controllers. Just like, the button controls from the DS original put back in. Which worked as
But
a
how
single
are they
screen
gonna,
option anyway.
Okay, but how are they gonna do it without a touchscreen?
They don't need a touchscreen. Because even on the DS original, you could play it with buttons. You didn't have to use the touchscreen ever. In fact,
Well,
it was actually
Gavin,
easier to play with the buttons.
Guess what has a touchscreen and buttons? the Vita. I mean, I'm just standing up for these people because I also bought a Vita. So,
I mean, I not only bought a Vita, I bought a Vita TV.
well, the Vita TV actually kind of makes sense. You don't even care about streaming. So, well, I wouldn't say that, but
I'm not even like people can like have it recorded from that. I just don't know how. I'm kind of interested in finding out.
I mean, the thing is, it's like Danganronpa's on PC now, so
Well, yeah, but like Persona 4 Gold.
why get a Vita? And Gravity Rush and
Yeah, it's kind of the thing where like in the interim sense, a lot of the Vita's like original or unique games would have been pilfered by like PC or PS4.
the game that was literally made for the
And
Vita.
now the Switch
Well,
is also just like nicking half of them.
What was it called? The paper game where you're like the envelope face person.
I forget, but I know the one you're on about. It's the Sony first party
Yeah,
one.
made literally for the Vita because it used the
literally
back touchscreen too.
Yeah.
I have it on my PS4, but yeah, that's on PS4
And then
now.
they made a PS4.
Yeah. It's just silly.
Like not a sequel, it's just literally a PS4 version.
I actually don't understand why Persona 4 isn't ported at all.
Atlas just haven't. Well, for one, like you know, the Vita version is just up-res PS4 models, and the PS4 models are actually like they can basically be described as paper dolls. So that's what they call the system on PS2. It's like it's fairly simplistic style that worked fine
Wait,
on
did you
PS2.
say
Looks-
up-res PS? Did you mean up-res PS2 models?
That's what the Vita version is.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
up-res PS2.
You said
models.
PS3. I was like, wait, hold on.
No, it's PS2. But so, you know, like I imagine like part of it was that if they wanted to like port it to anything, they'd kind of go like, well, people might think this looks like I guess like two PS2 or something. But you know, PS2 remasters are all over the place, so I feel like
Yeah.
there's no real issue.
Shenmue.
I don't know. I guess like the other side of it is that like you know, Persona 4 Dancing basically let them make like updated models, so maybe they want to save it for like a proper remake instead of just a port with extra content. Because I feel like they're going to start doing that for Persona 3 pretty soon. Because it's been suddenly receiving like a lot of prominence again.
Yeah, I mean,
So I feel like that's going to happen.
they better fucking hurry.
I just don't let them walk anymore, I guess. The game is like, the ink is like suddenly ramped up and how much is vacuuming me to the ground. Where like I'm holding the stick and my person isn't moving on the screen at all.
Well, were you on a ramp?
I mean, that time, yes.
Well, I got it. I guess that explains why it ramped up. Ramped up.
Great. Fucking walk.
I mean, Bloodstained is basically just out of business anyway.
Why is that?
Because Simon Belmont's in Smash?
But Silent Belmont wasn't from a Metroidvania. He was from a straight.
He was, he was from Avania.
Yeah, no, he was from a straight 2D platformer. They're different genres. With different types of platforms.
I mean, I didn't really, like, invest... I didn't really invest in this joke so much to even comment you, so...
You'd have to do better than that to defeat me.
What do I know about Bloodstained? The art looks good, and it's inspired by Castlevania, I think. So yeah, sounds about right.
Yep.
I backed it. Terrible. Terrible that I don't know. Not terrible that I backed it. Oh, that would have been sick if we got that, but whatever. We're at 400, right? Yeah, we're good. Let's call it there.
It's because I want to go to bed.
Oh.
Because I didn't get to sleep much last night.
Boo! Yeah, we went for a while.
We did.
Well, I guess we started later than I initially posited to, so that makes sense. I was like, it's 6:30 already. So hopefully the mic sounds better. I think I just turned everything down by 1 decibel, so you know my mic shouldn't be quieter or louder than anything else. Shouldn't be, but it should also, because I think it was going into the red the entire time, and that's maybe
Yeah.
why it sounds not like good. It sounds like a
This one's like going in the red on my screen, which is kind of curious. Well, on your desktop audio, mine's going in the red. Though you sound fine on my
well,
videos,
let's
so I don't
see.
fucking know.
Yeah, no, I'm like now I'm like the close to the middle high yellow. I don't know. The thing is, I just don't want to be too quiet.
Hmm.
Oh, I haven't even ordered anything yet. So yeah, that's that. I think we have a salmon run tomorrow. 21 at 8 a.m. to 22 at 2 p.m. So yes, tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting doing this at Max's, but it should be fine.
Oh, you want to be done it from there?
I'm not. I mean, not tomorrow, but I'm
Nah.
there Thursday to Sunday. So,
Not fair enough.
I'm gonna bring my Switch, and then he has a setup, and I think he has a mic. So, that'll be a thing. Cool beans, though. All right, we're gonna head out. Wait, one more thing.
Yep.
Hoo-ah!
What's that?
Gotta look at the gun. All right, we're good. We are all set. Thanks for coming out.